You slept 8 hours last night, maybe 9. You went to bed early, you stayed in bed late, you did everything right. And yet here you are, dragging yourself through another day like you're moving through concrete. Your eyes are open, but you're not awake. Your body is functioning, but you're not alive. You keep thinking the same thing. Maybe I need more sleep. Maybe I need a vacation. Maybe I need to see a doctor. But deep down, you know something else is wrong. This isn't about sleep. This is about something nobody wants to talk about. Something that's eating you alive from the inside out. And no amount of rest is going to fix it. Because here's what they don't tell you. The exhaustion you're feeling right now has nothing to do with how many hours you spent in bed. It has everything to do with how you're spending the hours you're awake. And until you understand what's actually draining you, you're going to keep waking up tired for the rest of your life. We live in a world that's fundamentally different from anything humans have experienced before. Your great-grandparents worked hard, brutally hard, but when the sun went down, they were done. Their bodies were tired, sure, but their minds could rest. They made a handful of real decisions each day. They interacted with maybe 20 people. They experienced silence, real silence, every single day. And when they laid their heads down at night, they were spent in a way that sleep could actually fix. You're operating in an entirely different universe. You wake up, and before your feet hit the floor, you've already made 15 decisions. Scroll through your phone or ignore it. Check email or wait. What to wear, what to eat, which route to take, which task to do first, how to respond to that text, whether to attend that meeting, what tone to use in that email, how to handle that conflict, what to prioritize, what to postpone. Your ancestors made decisions about survival. You're making decisions about everything all the time, and your brain is burning out before lunch. And it's not just decisions. It's the performance you're putting on every single day. You're managing your facial expressions in video calls. You're calibrating your tone in Slack messages. You're being professional when you want to scream, being enthusiastic when you're dead inside, being agreeable when you want to fight. This is emotional labor, and it's invisible, but it's destroying you. Your great-grandparents didn't have to perform their personality for 8 hours straight. They could just exist. You can't. Every interaction is a calculation. Every conversation is a performance, and you're exhausted from being a character in your own life. Then there's the noise, the constant, relentless noise. Not just sound, but stimulation. Your brain is designed to focus on one thing, maybe two. But you're asking to process 50 tabs, 3 apps, 2 screens, and a constant stream of notifications, news, updates, and demands. You're never off. Even when you think you're relaxing, you're scrolling, you're consuming, you're processing. Your nervous system is in a permanent state of alert, and it's killing you slowly, one notification at a time. But here's what really breaks people, and almost nobody talks about it. You're busy, but you're not building anything that matters. You're moving fast, but you're going nowhere. You're productive by every metric, but at the end of the day, you feel empty. This is the purpose deficit, and it's the most dangerous drain of all, because it makes everything else feel pointless. When you don't know why you're doing what you're doing, every task becomes heavy. Every day becomes a grind. And you can sleep 12 hours and still wake up tired because your soul is exhausted. Let's break this down. These aren't abstract concepts. These are the 4 drains that are destroying your energy right now, and you need to see them clearly. First, decision fatigue. You think you're tired because you worked hard today. No. You're tired because you made 300 micro decisions before noon. What to eat, what to wear, which email to answer first, how to phrase that message, whether to speak up in that meeting, what to buy at the store, what to watch tonight, what to click, what to ignore. Each decision burns glucose. Each choice depletes your willpower. By mid-afternoon, you're not tired from work. You're tired from choosing. And tomorrow, you'll do it all over again, wondering why coffee doesn't help anymore. Second, emotional labor. This is the tax you pay for existing in modern society, and it's bankrupting you. Your code, switching between personalities, depending on who you're talking to. Professional for your boss, casual for your team, supportive for your family, entertaining for your friends. You're suppressing frustration when someone's incompetent, faking enthusiasm for projects you don't care about, pretending to be fine when you're falling apart. You're not just working, you're performing, and the performance never stops. Even your downtime is managed. You can't just be angry, you have to process it healthily. You can't just be sad, you have to practice self-care. You're exhausted from managing your own humanity. Third, stimulation overload. Your brain is drowning. You wake up and immediately flood it with information. News, social media, emails, messages, articles, videos, podcasts, hear notifications. You think you're just staying informed, staying connected, but your nervous system thinks you're in constant danger. Every notification is a threat assessment. Every scroll is a decision. Every headline is a potential crisis. Your ancestors dealt with maybe 1 or 2 genuinely stressful events per week. You're processing hundreds of micro stresses per hour. Your body is producing cortisol like it's preparing for battle, but the battle never comes, and the chemicals never get discharged. You're revving the engine constantly without ever going anywhere, and you're burning out your system. Fourth, purpose deficit. This is the silent killer. You can handle hard work if it means something. You can endure exhaustion if you're building towards something real, but you're not. You're busy, insanely busy, but what are you actually creating? What are you moving toward? You're checking boxes, hitting targets, meeting deadlines, but at the end of the week, what changed? You're running on a treadmill that's disguised as a path, and somewhere deep inside, you know it. That's why even your accomplishments feel hollow. That's why even your wins feel empty. You're not tired from the work. You're tired from the meaninglessness. And no amount of sleep will fix a life that feels pointless. So you try to rest, you take the weekend off, you binge a series, you scroll through your phone, you sleep in, and somehow, Monday morning, you're still exhausted. Why? Because you're resting the wrong systems. Here's what nobody understands. There's a massive difference between passive rest and active recovery. Passive rest is what most people do. It's collapsing on the couch, numbing out with content, scrolling until your eyes hurt, sleeping until you can't sleep anymore. It feels like rest because you're not working, but you're not recovering. You're just pausing the drain. Your body might be still, but your brain is still processing, still stimulated, still on. You're not recharging, you're idling. And idling doesn't refill the tank. Active recovery is different. It's intentional. It's specific. It targets the actual systems that are depleted. If you're mentally exhausted from decisions, passive rest won't help because your brain is still making micro decisions while you scroll. If you're emotionally drained from performing, watching TV won't help because you're still consuming emotional content and processing other people's drama. If you're overstimulated, sleeping more won't help because you're going to wake up and immediately re-stimulate yourself. You need to match the recovery to the drain, and most people never do this. They just keep resting the same way and wondering why it doesn't work. That's why you can take a vacation and come back still tired. That's why weekends don't help anymore. That's why even after a full night's sleep, you wake up feeling like you got hit by a truck. You're not recovering from what's actually depleting you. You're just taking breaks from the symptoms while the disease keeps spreading. So what do you actually do? You stop treating all exhaustion the same. You stop assuming that rest means doing nothing. You start implementing specific protocols that target each drain directly, and you do it with the same intensity you bring to everything else in your life. For decision fatigue, you need decision boundaries. Stop making the same decisions every day. Automate everything you can. Wear the same thing. Eat the same breakfast. Follow the same morning routine. Batch your decisions into specific time blocks instead of spreading them across the entire day. Create systems, not choices. Every decision you eliminate is energy you get back. Steve Jobs wore the same outfit every day, not because he was quirky, but because he understood that every choice costs something. Stop spending your energy on things that don't matter. For emotional labor, you need emotional boundaries. Stop performing for everyone. Stop managing everyone's feelings. Stop being agreeable when you need to be honest. Start saying no without explaining yourself. Start being direct instead of diplomatic. Start letting people be uncomfortable with your truth. You're not responsible for managing other people's reactions to your existence. The energy you're spending on keeping everyone comfortable is the energy you need to keep yourself alive. Reclaim it. For stimulation overload, you need digital sunsets. Create hard cutoffs where you completely disconnect from all inputs. No phone, no screen, no news, no content. Just silence. Just stillness. Your nervous system needs time to discharge the stress chemicals, and it can't do that while you're feeding it more stimulation. 1 hour before bed, everything off. First hour of the morning, nothing on. Give your brain actual rest, not just different content. The world will survive without your attention for 60 minutes. You won't survive without giving yourself a break. For purpose deficit, you need meaning anchors. Identify one thing, just one thing, that actually matters to you. Something you're building, something you're creating, something that will exist after today is over. It doesn't have to be your job. It can be a project, a skill, a relationship, a mission. But it has to be real, and it has to be yours. Then protect time for it like your life depends on it, because it does. 30 minutes a day on something meaningful will give you more energy than 8 hours of purposeless productivity. Your soul needs to build something that matters, or it will slowly die from boredom disguised as exhaustion. Here's your challenge. 72 hours, 3 days. Pick one drain, just one, and implement one protocol. If decision fatigue is destroying you, Eliminate 10 recurring decisions this week. If emotional labor is killing you, practice saying no 3 times without apologizing. If stimulation overload is drowning you, implement a 1-hour digital sunset tonight. If purpose deficit is crushing you, spend 30 minutes tomorrow on something that actually matters to you. 3 days, 1 protocol. That's it. You're not weak. You're not broken. You're not lazy. You're just fighting the wrong battle. You've been trying to solve an energy problem with sleep when you actually have a depletion problem that requires strategy. Stop resting more. Start recovering better. Your exhaustion isn't a mystery. It's a message. And now you know how to read it.